Hello everyone and welcome to the unboxing for the Charlie Chaplin box set on Blu-ray. And obviously I was going to watch, I said obviously, not obvious at all is it, but I was going to watch this the other night and I thought, hang on a minute. I enjoyed the unboxing videos I did a couple of months back with Batman and the Matrix and stuff that I won at work. And I actually, funny enough, won this, and guess how I won it? Check out Horrorcon.
That's a good spin. Indeed, it spins a bit too long actually.
Sorry,
Anticipation. Hang on. Where are you getting this?
My
Hang on.
idiot friend.
Hang on. It's a win.
It's a win.
So yeah, it's not horror based, but it's the entire Blu-ray collection of Charlie Chaplin.
Oh.
It's worth about
Hey,
60
listen,
quid,
there you
yeah.
go. Oh, there you go, like the counter, we got to think
Oh, amazing.
Oh, there you go. Go on then.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we're a cinema. That's us. We're in Sheffield City Centre.
Mint. I love Sheffield as well, so. Oh, mate, that's amazing.
So yeah, that was me and Carl at Horrorcon. Check out the Horrorcon video this year. Spun the wheel, landed on it, and this is what I won. I haven't opened it yet. So it's celebrating 100 years of Chaplin, which this guy's an absolute marvel, and I've seen stuff when I was younger and stuff like that, and I was very intrigued about this box set, and it's something I probably would have bought eventually. But again, on here you get The Kid, The Woman in Paris, The Gold Rush, The Circus, City Lights, Modern Times, The Great Dictator, can't even pronounce that one, Muslim Vendor, butchered that, Limelight, King in New York, The Chaplin Revenue, A Dog's Life, Soldier Arms, and The Pilgrim. I mean, how many? You know what I mean? Unbelievable. And again, just to walk up and meet the guy, and it's a cinema, as you've seen in there, so massive shout out to that cinema in Sheffield. Obviously don't remember off the top of my name, do you, Rex? No. And anyway, let's have a look. So, unboxing box sets. I think what I talked about in the last kind of videos is when you get a box set, you kind of really want it to have something about it. Have its widths. I'm just looking around and this is the worst room for that in the house. Like grabbing something and go, look at this! You know, I can't exactly, well, hang on. Ting! Sorry, I didn't even leave the room, so I've just, again, look, Jeff Hardy box set. You know, these rare these things now, but again, nicely packaged up, looks lovely, love the art decor, I love the overall design they've went forth, they've made some effort. Every disc has like font on it rather than just blue discs. Great collection, absolutely great collection, big fan of Jeff Hardy. And then we look at more recent stuff like Tremors, and Tremors comes out, and this has been on the channel. You get postcards, you get art cards, and then you get all the discs, and they've made the effort, I think, throughout the discs. Some though you get, and I'll just do all the way through. So away from Tremors and Jeff Hardy, let's have a look, because some of the other box sets I feel like get a bit flat. And yeah, Criterion Collection as well. Obviously Dibble Dabble. It's not even Criterion Collection, I will shut up. It's the Kuzun Artificial Eye Collection. A lot of these have started to come out though on Criterion, like Modern Times has. But yeah, as I said, I'm not going to do the overlays, but that is a lovely box. It feels lovely as well, doesn't feel recycled, and this is going to split off into two parts as well, so that's really cool. Has the names and fonts on there. Again, the guy is an absolute marvel. But yeah, I mean, look at this, for winning this as well, that is just so well presented. You've got all the discs on there. Obviously I don't think the movies, from what I remember, run that well, but again, they all have outtakes, how to make movies. I should really watch that. Recording the score. Obviously the archive stuff you're going to get, and you realise back then when they would just come up with an idea and build it around. Obviously The Great Dictators as well as one of his most popular ones. And as I say, you get it all on the discs there. So I'm really looking forward to watching all obviously when I'm editing in the studio as well. I often put stuff on and mission through. Recently, before sunset, after sunset's been on, I watched The Equalizers. I've just binge watched Harsh Realm, and it's always cool to put something on that you're not fully paying attention for, but then something will catch your eye, and it's, you know, it's great to live that nostalgia. That's why I'm always rewatching like old Corey Haim or Corey Feldman movies, or Sixth Sense and Sixth Sense. I went to say Christian Slater there, I don't even know where my brain went. But that's a lovely, lovely box set. I'll really be looking forward to watching that. So again, to me personally, kind of a bit of a throwaway content video. But obviously giving a shout out to Horrorcon, and the other night I should have just opened it, watched it, but again, making content just for YouTube and just for the crack, nothing else. See you in the outtakes. Hello everyone, and welcome to an unboxing of the Charlie Chaplin box set on Blu-ray. As my dog scratches in the background. That's the outtake. No, there's another outtake, so next outtake. So, welcome to the outtakes. There's already been an outtake when the dog was scratching in the background. Charlie Chaplin story. I do have a Charlie Chaplin story. Now, we check this out. I'm not going to bother putting it in the video, because that means I would have to really dig in the archive. I did a book review, and if you don't know, I actually have dyslexia. And it's not as bad as it was when I was a kid, and I actually read this book. And I've done a review, check the review out. The end was on page 728. So I sat and I read this, and I've got a bit of fascination about abominable snowmen and Bigfoot. So I picked this up, and this was a monumental read for me, really was. It's a very great at the start about, like, it's about a guy who, from what I remember, is dying, and he's got this book, and this guy, reporter, is wanting to write a story about the expedition over Everest, and then it's literally set in the 1920s or something like that, around that era. And they go back and forth, and you got to think, like, back and then how shit got done. I was travelling from Manchester last week, and you think, like, fucking hell, how did, like, did they not, is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves and Braveheart just a bit far-fetched in movie terms, how they go chop, 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 and you think, there's a bit of a distance to cover, and this book doesn't, like, chop that distance out. They're fucking going here, they're going there, it takes fucking weeks and months, and then eventually they get up to Everest, they're going to go up Everest, there's a few people in, and I'm like, where the fuck's Bigfoot? And it's a chronological story, and you think, what's Charlie Chaplin got to do with this? What's Adolf Hitler got to do with it? Well, eventually, if you want to read this book, I do recommend it, because I really enjoyed it, especially if you've got any interest how they tried to climb Everest back then and conquer the mountain, which is the dry land in Waterworld. Bum bum. Yeah, if you don't want the book spoiled, stop watching this now. Give us a thumbs up and stop watching. If you're still intrigued, yeah, one person might have climbed Everest, but then never takes credit for climbing Everest. One guy comes back, and he's the guy on his deathbed, and he talks about how they ended up finding pictures of Adolf Hitler with kids. And I'm like, okay, that took a bit of a turn I didn't expect. And then just when they think the Germans were going to get them, they get saved by abominable snowmen. And I was like, as the morphine kicked in here, I was like, what the fuck? And it's so blurry between, because you've essentially been reading someone's journal, you know what I mean? Like feeling like the guy on the boat in Frankenstein, and then realising, fuck, the monster's outside. So yeah, Hitler's fiddling things, and they end up at a tea party in Britain at the very end, and fucking Charlie Chaplin turns up. And I was like, what? Yeah, Charlie Chaplin turns up right at the fucking end at a tea party. Yeah, second week of May 1941, America, Europe. Winston Churchill mentions that. I should have really foreshadowed this and had a good read. But yeah, Charlie Chaplin turns up at a fucking tea party. Yeah, I just couldn't fucking believe what I was reading. But I filmed it, but there's a lot of script in this. But again, the review I did for this would have been about 8 years ago, I would imagine. I don't read as much as I can, or should, or want to, personally. He turns right up at the end. Deacon, that was one of the main guys. Mallory, they're looking for him. K2. Yeah, Charlie Chaplin turns up at the end of the tea party. Books I'm trying to read at the moment. Brian Freeman, always love his stuff. Getting there with that, and then even with Circle of a Werewolf, which I don't even did a video for, I eventually found it right. I've got that far into it. It even has pictures, and I haven't got there. So my reading's gone out the window. So yeah, that was a random video about Charlie Chaplin, an unboxing. Can't wait to watch it, and yeah, a bit of a revamp review of Abominable. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.